He could still see their linked grasp. He had to smile. His middle daughter made friends so easily, and she obviously saw something in this woman that he didn't see. To Trenton Black, she was an educated, rich Black woman with too much privilege and not enough restraint. In his opinion, she thought too highly of herself, that she was above the law. Why else would she drink and drive? Why else would she endanger the lives of so many other people? He took in her beauty as he silently moved closer. He accepted the fact that she could turn the head of any man, that her looks had briefly startled him, but she was definitely not his type. She had too many issues. He hoped she had at least taken care of the drinking problem. If not, when their second court date arrived, he'd have a lot more to say about her dangerous, reckless behavior. He wouldn't let the events of tonight alter his harsh words or lessen the severity of what she'd done. He knew that she had fought the first-time offense of drinking and driving. Aaron had hired a skillful lawyer, and he'd gotten the charges dropped on a technicality. The physician had passed the sobriety test Trenton had administered in his backyard, and the empty vodka bottle had been viewed by the judge as circumstantial evidence. She was still legally free to drive, but if Trenton caught her behind the wheel of another car while intoxicated, he would haul her back to jail and have a private chat with one of the sitting judges. The police officer wondered how many friends she had in high places. Trenton neared the attractive Black woman and spoke in a hushed voice. "How long have they been sleeping?" Aaron looked up from her phone. "Several hours. They were exhausted." He smiled. "They're not used to staying up late, although Ebony tries to hide it. Their bedtimes are at 9 o'clock. Aaron checked the time on her phone. "Then this is really late for them. It's almost 2 in the morning." "Yeah, it's definitely late. I better get them home before Ami wakes up and finds me missing. I promised her I'd stay until the doctor says she can go home." "When will that be?" "Not sure, but it won't be tonight. They're going to move her to a room when I get back. Dr. Reynolds is keeping an eye on her until I get you guys home," he said, gently prying Yasmin's hand away from the doctor. He lifted her into his arms and whispered to Ebony, Honey, it's time to go home. Wake up. I can't carry you both." Aaron's eyes fluttered, and Ebony's flooded as well. But eventually she understood the command and stood up. How's Ami? Are they going to keep her?" "She is sleeping now, and yes, St. Gabriel's is going to keep her, but she's much better." "Good," said Ebony, blinking away the sleep. "I was so worried, really worried." "So were we all," agreed Aaron. "Thank you for taking care of the girls," said Trenton Black. "I really appreciate everything you did tonight." "You're welcome, Mr. Black." "Call me Trenton. I think we are definitely past the formality of surnames." "I suppose we are, Trenton," she smiled, remembering the officer who had arrested her wearing only a leather jacket, pajama bottoms, and slippers. It was strange how suddenly their personal lives had changed, and they were now once again thrown together. She could not believe how the evidence had changed and how things had turned around. "You can call me Aaron." "Fair enough," he said, returning the smile. She stood and suddenly became aware of the stiffness in her legs. She was also tired and ready to close her eyes. She knew her night would be ending shortly, and she would have to start working soon. She was scheduled to be at the hospital by 7 o'clock, which meant she was not going to get a lot of sleep tonight. However, Aaron didn't mind. She was simply grateful to be doing something to make amends for her past horrible behavior. She was glad to show the police officer a different side to her, a loving, caring side. "It's time to go home, Aaron. Do you need a ride? Or do you have your ride waiting for you at my house?" "I drove," she said, gathering up her leather jacket and slipping into it. "But thank you for the offer." "You're welcome, Aaron Simpkins. Your actions are very much appreciated tonight," he said while slowly moving toward the emergency room exit.